Have you heard of Mark Twain? He was an American gentleman who lived between 1835 and 1910. He was a writer and is quite well known for quite a number of sayings. One thing which Mark Twain said was, "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." I wonder whether you have discovered why you were born into this world. I guess it's another way of saying, why am I here on earth and what is the point of life? Questions which have been asked throughout all the generations over many centuries, I'm sure. What's it all about? Why am I here? Why is life as it is? Well, the Bible, the Holy Bible, inspired by Almighty God, gives us in a number of places answers to these sort of questions. I want to look at just a couple of verses in the book of Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament. It's the last chapter, chapter 12 of the book of Ecclesiastes, verses 13 and 14, which say this: "The conclusion, when all has been heard, is, fear God and keep his commandments, because this applies to every person. For God will bring every act to judgment, everything which is hidden, whether it is good or evil." Now, to fear God means to give God respect, to be in awe of God, to be reverential towards God. So we are on earth to fear God in that way and to keep his commandments. This is the whole purpose of life. The only successful way we can do this is to come into a relationship with Almighty God, something which I've talked about in previous short messages. It's coming to know God, to fear him through being in awe of him, and wanting to keep his commandments, his decrees, wanting to please God. And the only real way of doing that, the ultimate way to do that, is to become a born-again Christian, accepting our salvation through Jesus Christ. And verse 14 here talks about really preparation for eternity. You see, we are on this earth for a number of years. We do not know how long that will be. And then we go into eternity. So we are to prepare for eternity, because it says in verse 14, "For God will bring every act to judgment, whether everything which is hidden, whether good or evil." So we're here to live our lives in our earthly form, so to speak, but there is eternity which will follow. I hope that this short message has gone some way to explain to you the purpose of life.